Students, in today's class we will going to discuss about Iltutmish. Iltutmish was another ruler of slave dynasty or Delhi Sultanates. Here Iltutmish, he succeeded to the Delhi Sultanate after Aram Shah. Aram Shah was the son of Aibak and he succeeded to the throne soon after the death of Aibak, that is in 1210 AD. But Aram Shah was not an able ruler, so his rule was not accepted by the nobles and also by the Muslim subjects of Delhi region. So these nobles they sent an invitation to Iltutmish to rule over Delhi. Iltutmish accepted the invitation and also he assumed the throne of Delhi, that is with the request which was sent by these nobles. So Iltutmish became the ruler of Delhi Sultanates. Basically, Iltutmish was a slave and he brought by this Aibak as his slave. So he became the slave of a slave. Here Qutbuddin Aibak was also a slave and at the same time Iltutmish became a slave of Qutbuddin Aibak. So Iltutmish was called as a slave of a slave. Here Iltutmish, he was the governor of Badaun region. He was appointed as the governor of Badaun region by Qutbuddin Aibak because of his abilities. He rose to the power step by step and proved his abilities. And he was also one of the son-in-law of Qutbuddin Aibak because Aibak gave his daughter in marriage to Iltutmish. Thus, he became the son-in-law of Aibak. Iltutmish, he ruled from 1211 AD to 1236 AD. 1211 AD to 1236 AD over Delhi region. Here, when Aibak died in 1210, he was succeeded by Aram Shah, but later Iltutmish became the ruler because of his ruling abilities or as a qualities of Sultan. He was born in the Ilbari tribe of Turkestan, or he was a Ilbari Turk, and he was born in a rich family. But because of his ugly appearance, he was sold by his family members to a rich merchant, and that rich merchant brought him to Delhi and he was purchased by Qutbuddin Aibak. Thus, Iltutmish became a slave of Qutbuddin Aibak. Soon after his succession, Iltutmish faced some of the difficulties or problems because his kingdom was surrounded by enemies in all sides. Here at one side, Rajputs were trying to reoccupy their lost territories to these Turkish invaders or Muslim invaders, and on the other side, Yaldos, then Kabacha, then Mongols were also creating troubles to the Delhi Sultanate. Thus, soon after his succession, Iltutmish faced a lot of problems or difficulties, but because of his abilities and qualities or personality, he saved his infant Muslim state from the dangers of or from the threat of enemies. Here Delhi Sultanate's kingdom, that is called as infant state because that is just for established state. That the independent rule of Delhi Sultanate started in 1206 AD and in 1210 Aibak was died and 1211 AD Iltutmish became the ruler of Delhi Sultanate. But Iltutmish, by using his all abilities, he protected Delhi Sultanates from enemies. Here, when he became the ruler, he took prompt action against Qutbi and Muizzi nobles. These Qutbi and Muizzi nobles, they always creating troubles to Iltutmish. But he defeating these nobles, he consolidated the position of Delhi Sultanates. Then Tajuddin Yalduz, he was a formidable enemy of Iltutmish. Means he was a staunch enemy of Iltutmish. And he himself considered as the successor of Muhammad Ghor. So these Yalduz always creating troubles to Iltutmish, and he was not prepared to allow Muslim empire in India to be independent. Yalduz never wanted to let Muslim rule in India or to establish independent Muslim rule in India because he wanted to control the positions of Muhammad of Ghor. So here Iltutmish, he put an end to the interference of Yalduz. After this, he also saved his territory from the attacks of Mongols. Here we have the Mongol policy of Iltutmish. Genghis Khan, he was one of the powerful Mongol leader. He was started his attacks towards India. He defeated many Muslim kingdoms in Central Asia. He defeated the ruler of Persia, that is Persian Shah was also defeated, and his eldest son, that is Jalaluddin Mangbarni, he was chased by Genghis Khan. The son of Persian Shah, that is Jalaluddin Mangbarni, he was chased by Genghis Khan. Mangbarni sought the help of Iltutmish against the Mongols. At that time, this Jalaluddin Mangbarni, he sought the help of Iltutmish against the Mongols, but Iltutmish refused to him and sent diplomatic reply to the prince that the climate of Punjab would not suit him, because here Iltutmish, he wanted to save his kingdom from the attacks of Mongols, and Mongols were very powerful invaders. So in order to save his own state, he refused to give shelter to this Jalaluddin Mangbarni, the prince of Persia. Then it was a very wise and highly diplomatic skill of Iltutmish against the Mongol policy. And in this way he saved his infant Muslim state. Then Jalaluddin Mangbarni was defeated by the Mongols. Later Mangbarni was defeated, but the Mongols found the heat of India was intolerable, so they left India and went back to their land. With this, here Iltutmish, he saved his state from a possible Mongol attack. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ತುಮಿಶ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಪ್ರಬಲ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅರಸನಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐಬಕ್ನ ನಂತರದ ಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸೂಟೇಬಲ್ ಆದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅರಸನಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಅರಸನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇನಿತ್ತು ಗುಣಗಳು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಡಿಪ್ಲೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ರಾಜತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ತತ್ವಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಅವನಿಗೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಲ್ತಾನೇಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಆಗ ತಾನೇ ಆರಂಭವಾದ ಒಂದು ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆ. 1206ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ರೂಲ್ ಆರಂಭ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಗರೂಕತೆಯಿಂದ ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಅವಶ್ಯಕವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ತುಮಿಶ್ ಕೂಡ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಆಡಳಿತವನ್ನು ನಡೆಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನು ಕೂಡ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಲೇವ್ ಆಗಿಯೇ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ಐಬಕ್ ಅವನು ಸ್ಲೇವ್ ಆಗಿ ಗುಲಾಮನಾಗಿ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ತುಮಿಶ್ ಅವನಿಗಿದ್ದಂತ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇಂದಾಗಿ ಅವನು ಗವರ್ನರ್ನ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ನಂತರ ಐಬಕ್ ಅವನ ಮಗಳನ್ನು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅಳಿಯನನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಐಬಕ್ನ ನಂತರ ಆರಾಮ್ ಶಾ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆರಾಮ್ ಶಾನಿಗೆ ಅರಸನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಗುಣಗಳು ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ತುಮಿಶ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಅವನು ಸ್ಲೇವ್ ವಂಶದ ಅಥವಾ ಗುಲಾಮ ಸಂತತಿಯ ಅರಸನಾಗಿ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸುಲ್ತಾನೇಟ್ ನ ಅರಸನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. Then war against Rajapus. War against Rajapus. Here Rajapus always trying to reoccupy their lost territories to these Turkish invaders or Muslim invaders. Many Rajput rulers lost their territories to these Muslim invaders. So here the Chandelas, they recovered Kalinjar and Alaigarh. Then Pratiharas draw away the Muslims from Gwalior and occupied the city. All these are the Rajput states which were actually captured by the Muslims, but when Aibak was died, they started the reoccupation of their lost territories. Here the Chauhan ruler of Ranthambore turned out the Turkish troops and brought Jodhpur under his control. Here Jodhpur, Gwalior, then Kalinjar, all these are the Rajput states were recaptured by the Rajput rulers. Here almost all the Rajput territories have asserted their independence. Here Iltutmish could not be accepted to allow the Rajputs to remain independent for long. By using his ability, he recaptured Ajmer, Nagpur, Gwalior, etc. By opposing the tough resistance of the Rajput rulers, he reoccupied Ajmer, Gwalior, Nagpur and other Rajput territories. Iltutmish also succeeded in re-establishing his control over Badaun, Kannauj, Banaras and Rohilkhand. He also tried to subdue the Chalukyas of Gujarat, but in his attempt he failed. He led an expedition to Malwa and plundered Ujjain and Bilsa. Bilsa and Ujjain was plundered by Iltutmish by leading an expedition towards Malwa. Here the last expedition of Iltutmish was directed against Banyan. He led an expedition towards Banyan, a hilly state in Sindh Sagar Doab region. Sindh Sagar Doab region, that is Banyan, and he returned to Delhi as a Sikh man. After this is the last expedition, that is expedition towards Banyan, a hilly state in Sindh Sagar Doab region. After this expedition, this Iltutmish returned to Delhi as a Sikh man, means he lost his health and never recovered from it, and he died on 29th April 1236 AD. 1236 AD, and this ended the rule of Iltutmish in Delhi. Here the Caliph of Baghdad recognized Iltutmish as the independent ruler of Delhi Sultanate or independent ruler of India. So here that is one of the actually great recognition which was received from the Khalifa of Baghdad by Iltutmish, and here Khalifa accorded the recognition as the Sultan of India, that is on 8th February 1229, that is 1229 AD. In 1229 AD, Khalifa of Baghdad recognized the independence of Iltutmish in India. And as a result of this, Iltutmish became the legal king of India, and this greatly enhanced the prestige and glory of Iltutmish. So here Iltutmish was also rightly regarded as the real founder of Muslim rule in India, because his independence or his that is position of a sultan was recognized by the Khalifa of Baghdad. Here Iltutmish, he completed the work of the famous Qutub Minar. Actually, this work was started by Qutbuddin Aibak, but that work was completed by Iltutmish. And here Iltutmish set up a good administration And with the help of Farrukuddin Ismani, he set up a sound administrative system in his kingdom. Here he introduced the standard coin, that is the silver tanka. He minted silver coins, and that is called as silver tanka, and which can be regarded as the ancestor of the rupee. The silver tanka, which was issued by Iltutmish, was regarded as the ancestor of Indian rupee, and he was perhaps the first Muslim monarch to introduce a purely Arabic coinage in India. He introduced Arabic coinage or coin system in India. So all this is about Iltutmish. Iltutmish also ruled very effectively in India or over Delhi Sultanate, and through his rule he proved his ability and also consolidated the position of Delhi Sultanates. Thank you, students.